gentlemen, it's the greatest YouTuber of all time. Nostalgia! Fun hits! We're back with another one. Silver price is back up to almost 90. One of my subscribers said, you lost subscribers because you had a Pokemon channel and then you switched to silver. He's like, you spent months making a Pokemon channel and then you just like switched to silver. And it's like, I was like, I can't even argue with that. That's some logic, man. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're back with another one, and today we're going to talk about who made all the money, because it sure as fuck wasn't anyone that owned Pokemon, and it sure as fuck wasn't anyone that owned physical silver just yet. We're going to zoom in on a specific part of the silver market, and we're going to explain who actually made the money as of right now. And why it's so important to have insider information, because you know damn well they had insider information. So, we're going to talk about, if you really hate these people as much as I do, of why you need to buy physical and not paper. Even though what I'm about to show you, you're going to wish you probably bought paper, because it actually did better than physical. But we're going to talk about it in this video. So, who made the real money here from the silver explosion? Well, anyone that was in the know, and I'm going to show it just on this piece of paper here. So, literally these people have discovered on how to make, so there's always been a thing with alchemy, of how to turn lead into gold. Okay, like how to turn basically something from nothing. And God, when I show you this, you're going to say, holy shit. They are literally turning something from next to nothing. But we're going to zoom into a small speck of the silver market that even a lot of stackers probably didn't notice. Unless you watched extremely close, because usually you want to see with these moves of who made the money, who lost money, what happened. You start to see who the crooks are. First of all, I do want to start off by all the jackasses that say that was not manipulation. If the price deserved to be $78, why is it already back up to 90? And that's the paper price, by the way. Mind you, physical. But why is it already back up? I mean, like, go try to buy Silver Eagles for anywhere near spot. It's not happening. Like, I had a guy message me saying he had 500 Eagles the other day. And he said, offer him a price. I said, we take spot or, like, slightly above. He didn't even reply back. Like, damn well, he was not going to sell them. And I think spot was like 81 at the time. So like I offered him like 81. And then I offered him 85 after that, and he still didn't reply. And it goes to show, no one's selling you silver for fucking under $100 when it comes to Eagles. But anyway, back to my main point. So what they discovered is anyone that has 33K laying around, which they do. Now, they turned it by buying silver at 20. They leveraged their positions to 500K. And now you could say, well, but Nostalgia, didn't the margin calls wipe them out? No, because if you have the money, you don't get wiped out. So as long as you have another 33K to put up, and let's just say you have 100K put away and you did this move. These people have more than 33K laying around. They have, millions. So what they did was at 33,000 with insider information, they bought 500K in silver ETFs at the $20 price point and held it until it was 120 exactly, sold, locked in $3 million in cash. So they made about 2.5 million, maybe a little less. We'll say 2.4 just to be on the safe side in profit. Okay. And then now they get to buy silver at the 78 dip. So you essentially turn $33,000 into $3 million, which we'll count it as 2.4. But these are the people that made the real money. We're actually the ETF buyers. And everyone says they own and physical, which I do agree on physical for long term. But for short term, this actually worked out if you knew the inside information, because you turned 33K into a $3 million pile of cash, and then you're also getting physical silver at a discount. How about that, huh? How about that? So not only are you making a fortune, so you made 2.4 million in profit, but we'll say 3 million because that's what you actually have in cash. And now you get to buy $3 million in physical silver at a 78 price point. And like I said, even if you had to pay some taxes on your gains or whatever, you still have turned basically nothing, 33 grand, into millions of dollars. And now you have all the silver that you need for the next big run-up. Tell me that was not market manipulation for those folks right there. So they could buy in, and they did. Oh, they bought in all right at $78 to $80. Those are the people that made the money. But they were able to turn nothing into something. I mean, any of us could have did this. Any average working person could have did this that puts the money away. I mean, all you had to do was have about 70 grand in case you get margin called. And you could have did the same thing. There's no difference between them and you. It's just they have a lot more money to play with than you do. That's the only difference. But the president says you should be working hard. We want our American citizens working extra hard. We don't want them getting a house without really, really working for it for like 3,000 years. I mean, when people can do this, why the fuck would anyone want to work for money? The power of what we call insider information. Most powerful thing on earth. Insider information. If you have it, you're in the know. The rest of us, we walk around with a blindfold on. We don't know. We have no idea. And unless you're watching a channel that is some insider, you're not going to get that information. Hell, I pretty much get some of the better insider information on what's happening compared to most channels, just because I'm in the loop to get a lot of the information that I do. And even that is still blurry. It's like walking around with a blindfold, kind of like peeking every once in a while. I mean, that's really all this channel really does, which is still better than nothing. It's still better than not lifting your blindfold every once in a while. I mean, not being able to lift your blindfold up at all. So still, good to check out this channel and see what information we have compared to other channels. So, these are the people that made the money. But they want you to work for money when, if you're an insider, this is turning lead into gold. This is better than turning lead into gold, because you are turning nothing into gold or nothing into silver, whatever you were going to buy with the $3 million. But and I want to go back even farther. Who are the people that made the money? Who did this? Well, anyone that would have been in the major ETFs, which is BlackRock and the COMEX, their insiders would have been the first ones buying these ETFs at the $20 point. And those are the people that made the money. Those are the insiders. And they know what's going to happen before we do. But it's like they're not even working for their money at all. What presidents say you should do, this whole work culture, hustle culture bullshit. It's like, man, this is the most criminal shit I've ever seen. It's just like all you have to have was 33 grand to make $3 million. Like, I want to make this very clear. People work their entire lives just for $1 million. These people made this in a year. It's insane. It really is. It's insane. Because if you had the insider information, you had nothing to fear. There was no risk. You were already told, hey, it's going to go from 20. When it hits 120, sell. And go buy physical. Pretty easy instructions. I think all of us would have killed for that information a year ago, eh? But there was no risk. That's the thing. It'd be different if there was a real risk that all your shares could expire worthless, or if there was some real gamble you took to win that $3 million, then sure, then you've earned it. You took a risk. But when you're not taking any risk whatsoever, and it's guaranteed and you're told the exact price to buy and sell at, and when to sell, as soon as it hits 120, you really are just stealing. There's a big difference. And maybe some people disagree with me, but there's a big difference. Like what we're all doing right now, holding silver, we're taking the risk. And like, they're the ones that made all the money. Taking no risks. The power of insider information is unreal. And I guarantee you the Trumps knew this insider information. I guarantee you the left knew it, the right knew it. Every single one of them knew it. But we're back up to 90. From people buying back into physical. And it's very difficult now to find physical silver for like $100. I mean, for like Eagles or Maples or any like what I consider real silver, pretty difficult to find it for under $100, because all of this money that people made, the insiders, are now buying up physical silver at the dip until it goes right back up, and they can hopefully crash it again. I was actually expecting a crash last night at like 3:40 a.m. I'm surprised we didn't see one yet. I hate to say the crash word, but I was expecting another one. because we do have to be very cautious, even with prices going up, that we could see another crash with them dicking around with it. They still have some leverage. But I think it's to the point right now where the general public's like, yeah, I'm not selling an ounce of silver for under 100 anyway. I don't care. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do crash the prices or if they let them run up. But it should show a lot of you, though, that no matter what they do to silver, it always wants to go up. Like, you could smash it back down. And I mean, look at it. It's already back at 90. Gold's back at $5,100. I mean, gold's back up over 5K from 4,700. And I had said to a lot of people, 4,700, hey, you might as well get some because it definitely will be back up over 5K and already back up over $5,000. That's still very strong for gold. Very strong for gold. But it goes to show no matter what manipulation tactics they do, the price always wants to go higher and higher and higher, going to tell people that the price, without any manipulation, would literally go to the fucking moon at this point with all the government debt. And I don't know who they're trying to play. I mean, the hawkish Fed story, it's like, dude, we all know America is over $100 trillion in debt when you add in all of their debts, not just their U.S. debt they go off of. We all know they're fucked. It's just they're trying to delay the inevitable. And in our positions, since we don't have insider information, we have to sit here with our bars of silver and just ride the storm out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be patient. Expect another crash out of nowhere. But come February, it's delivery month. I went over this with JP Morgan closing 500 locations, if that's true. I think we've already won. It's just giving things time to happen. This is not a 3-day war. It never has been. To get real gains, it could be a year plus. It could be 2 months. I truly don't know. I will say, an update with coin shops, they now have to file a thing with your address and your name coming in February for anyone that buys over $3,000 in silver. Why does our government need to be involved? Bullying around people buying silver and making silver owners' lives difficult. I'll never understand it. Why our tax dollars are wasted to bother silver hoarders. Must say you're onto something, not just holding a shiny rock. But apparently it's the government's business of which citizens own silver, like it's some gun, when it's not. And yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. But it goes to show they want your name if you're buying that $90 silver. And your address, which is pretty intrusive if you ask me, from our government's history. I don't want them knowing where I live at all. You know, like, fuck. With their history, they'll come to your house and fucking shoot you and take it. I mean, it's like giving the MS-13 your fucking address and saying you bought a bunch of bars of silver. Not much of a difference. I mean, they're just a bigger crook than anyone. There's a higher chance of them killing you than MS-13, honestly. But that's a new rule coming out in February. They're expecting something big to happen in February, I think. We have that new silver rule. We have delivery month for JP Morgan, and we also have JP Morgan closing 500 locations because obviously they're not going to be able to deliver. And yeah, so those are massive. February should be the month everything breaks, or at least by March. Our are kind of my time horizon predictions. I could be wrong. But that's why I say we still have to be patient. We may see some crashes, but in the long haul, I think silver will come away victorious. Anyway, that's all we have for this one. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Love all of you. We're out.